Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel and Breathe with Sean. I know recently I haven't been that active on the channel. I do have every intention on getting back to it and doing some for you guys in the very near future, and I do hope you've enjoyed the breathing exercises, guided meditations and all those things that have been put onto the channel. I just want to stop with you today and talk a little bit about the science behind the actual the breathing mechanisms we do, because it's good to do them and feel good, but sometimes it's good to understand what maybe some of the data might say surrounding them. So in terms of let's just touch on this briefly, what the science says. Breathing interventions reduce anxiety with the effects comparable to CBT. This is evidence-backed benefits of breath work from peer-reviewed studies. A meta-analysis of 39 students found breathing-based interventions, i.e. diaphragmatic breathing, using something called your heart rate variability as a feedback monitor for this, produced medium-sized effect reduction in anxiety, similar or even slightly stronger than CBT, like cognitive behavioural therapy, which has pretty decent data to it as well. Slowing breathing significantly reduces stress, reduces self-reported stress and anxiety and depression. A meta-analysis again of in Fincham in 2023 showed slow breathing, it has small to medium effects on stress, anxiety, depression, comparable again to CBT, mindfulness and meditation, and benefits held regardless of the delivery method, remote or self-guided. Whether you do it yourself or you're guided through it, there's many benefits to this. It also, heart rate variability biofeedback improves both mental and physical health in chronic diseases. A systematic review in 2021 concluded the heart rate variability biofeedback via slow breathing, so slowing your breath down, whether it's a bit more slower on the inhale and slow and soft on the exhale, improved stress levels, anxiety, reduced anxiety, stress, improved sleep, reduce some inflammation, and overall quality of life in people with chronic conditions. So, it doesn't mean it's going to cure it because something's chronic. It can mean long-term or lifelong. Even in a single session of slow breathing can reduce anxiety. Just one session can help reduce a lot of anxiety. A study in younger and older adults in 2021 in Magnon showed that 6 breaths a minute for just one session lowered both subjective anxiety and increased vagal nerve tone. Now, a marker of the parasympathetic nervous system. Your vagus nerve is very important. It helps with pain management, for example. It does a whole bunch of things. It does a lot of stuff. So, and your vagal nerve is just based here, just behind where your gluteals are. So, and some of the breathing I do teach sometimes in my yoga classes does work, something called Ujjayi breathing, where you're breathing into the back of the gluteals there and the vagal nerve is just behind it. Slow breathing dampens the anticipatory anxiety and brain arousal. In 2025, in Liu et al. Found that 30 seconds of slow breathing reduced emotional intensity, valence and arousal score, and decreased beta brainwave activity in uncertain situations, indicating less anxiety under stress. It doesn't mean your stress is going to go away. It just means in terms of the amount of how anxious you feel about it, it does help. Coherent breathing, around 5 to 6 breaths a minute, improves well-being. A 2023 RCT, again, study in Fincham et al. Showed 10 minutes per day of nasal, meaning through your nose, diaphragmatic breathing for 4 weeks significantly reduced stress, anxiety and depression whilst boosting overall feeling of well-being. Minimum effect dose in low but consistency matters. So I'll repeat that. Minimum effect dose, meaning small amount, in low, but consistency matters. It means you're doing a little bit, but often. Consistency always beats intensity, in my opinion. So this evidence there's multiple reviews in this game, 2021, 2023 in Bentley, suggests as little as 5 to 10 minutes of slow breathing provides benefits, but repeating the practice over multiple sessions is critical for lasting results. This means you can really make a big difference to your whole overall well-being, biochemistry, all of that. Breathing is a low-risk, universally accessible intervention. Of course it is. We need to breathe to live. It kind of does help. Across all reviews, slow breathing and heart rate variability, HRV biofeedback, showed very few adverse effects and can be safely taught and used across nearly all populations. So there's a lot of benefits to this. I mean, the number of benefits just keeps growing, and the data comes back and it does support this, and it will only grow stronger in time. And I say, why wait for more data to come out when when something makes you feel good? You can wait for the data and be 10 years later or whatever, and you've missed 10 years of something that would really benefit you. Breathing won't be dangerous. Do you know what I mean? Of course, if you're holding your breath for a prolonged period of time, that's not a good idea. Within reason, everything within its place. But anyway, look, that's me touching on that. I do want to come back and do more stuff with you guys. I would really love that. And I will. I promise you I will. I hope you're all well, and I hope you're all feeling good, and you're looking forward to your day ahead or your evening ahead, whatever time you're watching this. All the best and lots of love, Sean.